Ashley Wilkes.
I never really loved Ashley.
You certainly gave a good imitation of it up to this morning, Scarlett. I tried everything. If you'd only met me halfway, even when I came back from London.
Oh, I was so glad to see you. I was, Red, but you were so nasty.
And then when you were sick, and it was all my fault. I hoped against hope that you called for me.
Wanted you. I wanted you desperately, but I didn't think you wanted me. Red, you go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
All right, babies, we keep picking it up here now. We're just going to keep right on plowing through like a freight train that will not stop. That's right. That's right. And by the way, yes, it is bingo night for Tyrone. Tyrone, do you want to address the garden before you go out? Or, what do you want to do here? Master Nature, I don't need you poking around my bingo night habits, and I really don't appreciate what you're trying to do here. And don't you try to embarrass me in front of the garden, because I've been with you now for how long? And I know you like to try to embarrass Tyrone, and it ain't gonna work. Right, it ain't gonna work. And I'm going to bingo tonight, and we're playing for spirit money tonight, and so I don't need any shenanigan coming from you. Okay, I'm going with my date. All right. Now I think she's already loaded on Burgundy. I'm not sure yet. Now I don't know still how I cannot win any fucking spirit money up here in the spirit realm, but yet my date can get drunk on fucking Burgundy within 5 minutes of me taking her out. So I don't know. How do you think it's going to go tonight at bingo? I don't know. The last time they gave me fucking cucumbers. Yeah. And I tried to fit those cucumbers into a fucking slot machine up here. And guess what? Guess what the fucking numbers read? They read, Tyrone, you're stupid. All right. Well, good luck, Tyrone. I think this day is going to be the day where you actually win something. And, then we're going to have a party. All right. And maybe we'll celebrate at the treehouse or something. Well, fuck you, Master Nature. You real smart, aren't you, tonight? You're real fucking smart, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet your garden's eating this up. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to tell you. Well, me and Stanley have been talking, and, just you wait, Master Nature. Just you wait. You think you're all smart and you got a lot of hubris going on there. I think you better write that down. In fact, I'm going to make you write that word down right now. It's called hubris. And that comes from the Greek, meaning pride. To the point of destruction. That's what hubris is in the Greek mythology. No medieval weapons necessary to do this and to destroy oneself because of that. Anyway, let's carry on with the docs. Idaho State Police. Oh my God.
The Kinks.
Well, I guess everybody's a star. All right. Incident that 2228/2170, November 26, 13 days after the unalivings. I, Detective Mark Hewlett, Idaho State Police District 5 investigation, spoke with The phone call occurred at 11:08 a.m. Blank's phone number is that blank had submitted a tip regarding a man she had met on Tinder. All right. November 26th, 13 days after the unaliving. Now, what did we just read? She submitted a tip regarding a man she had met on Tinder. She told me that she had met 2 times with this person, or blank blank, fictitious names. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't this sound familiar? Remember the substitution theory. Remember, there are themes in this case, and one of the major themes in this case is substitution. This is the blatant and obvious action by Moscow Police Department, Idaho State Police, in conjunction with the FBI, okay, to substitute different narrative lines and attach them to the lone wolf, Mr. Brian Kohlberger. And I feel this is going to be another example of substitution. Very important here. All right, let's go on. I may be wrong. Let's go on. All right. Yeah, she met a man on Tinder, right? She told me that she had met 2 times with this person, or his alias, or his fictitious name, at her apartment in Spokane, Washington. She advised that both meetings were short in duration. For what? So this is your Tinder date, correct? You meet with them 2 times at your apartment in Spokane, Washington, and both meetings were short in duration, correct? Correct. She advised that the male she had met with was the same male as the male in the photos that she had submitted with her tip. All right. She advised that apart from her tip, she didn't have any further information that wasn't already mentioned. I asked her if she believed that the male could have some behavioral or mental health issues. Are you sure you're not talking about Dylan Mortensen? No, she told me that the male seemed very sound and very intelligent. Yeah. Okay. Blank. Okay. Let me get that right. Blank advised that the last time she had met with this male was Tuesday, November 22nd. In fact, today is Tuesday. It's also bingo night for Tyrone, and it's also a secret that me and the Princess of Darkness share. And that secret is this. Princess of Darkness, you know who you are. Shall I spill the secret now, or shall we spill it later? I don't know, Lucifer. Well, in honor of this date, and this is a very important date, not only in this case, but in another case as well. This is a very important date, and we do not want to be late for it. Now, do we? No, we do not. So in honor of this date, I present to you something to do with this and all the garden and this electric church. Let's go.
And if you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, their names are written in concrete.
Okay, Well, thank you, Idaho State Police. Now I know the name Kelly. Well, thank you for covering up her name in all this other bullshit. Again, my garden and the wall defectors coming over into the garden. There's room for all of you. Now, we just gave up our name, Kelly. Kelly advised, see? Do you understand now? Other people on the opposite side of the wall, how incompetent. So now we have a name of the person talking to us, and her name is Kelly. Kelly advised that the male had told her that he owns this. Note, incident 2170 was the tip that Spokane police officer Addicts, oh my God, of course that would be his name. It fits so well. Yeah, police officer Addicts, oh my God, called in regarding, oh wait a minute, I forgot my original thing, hang on. Duh, Princess of Darkness, I almost forgot. The Flame. Oh my, wait, hey, wait a minute, you didn't see those cards, did you? You did not see that card, you did not see those cards. All right. Fuck you, Dylan.
But she turned her back on stardom because she wanted to be alone. You can see all the stars as you walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Some that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of.
I advised Detective Schweck of this information, and these incidents at my level are closed. And further interviews will take place in person. Note, the original tip papers for the above tips from Kelly were left with Idaho State Police Detective Jack Schweck. The tip papers contain Kelly's personal information. Well, thanks for revealing her name. Detective Schweck advised that the tip papers would be passed to the in-person interviewer. Well, that's just lovely, Mark Hewlett, isn't it now? What he got next? Running report, Idaho State Police. A running report. Okay, Meridian, right? 30. Mark Hewlett, once more. Reported date, December 6, 2022. Right, so about 23 days after the unaliving, before the wolf was caged. But we're not giving the secret away quite yet now, are we, Princess of Darkness? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, yes, but my garden already knows the secret. Princess. My garden is smart, and my garden is true, and my garden knows more than me or you, for sure. All right? So, but what do we got here? We got a running report, and let's get into the narrative. Yes, let's just jump right onto the fucking narrative here. Let's see what more shenanigans we can get into here with this. Let's go. Oh, we got a Gideon. You mean like Gideon's Bible? Wait a minute.
People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame. Some who succeeded and some who suffered in vain.
All right, let's go. So we're at 79,556. Okay, so here's the narrative, right? November 25th, 2022, 12 days after the event. I, Mark Hewlett, Idaho State Police, was issued incident number 2228 and incident number 2216. That's good. Detective Gideon of Gideon Bible fame, Roberts, Idaho State Police District 2, issued the two above incidents numbers to me. Well, thanks a lot, Gideon. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah. Okay, so 11/26/22, right? 13 days after the unalivings, I was assigned the following incident numbers from my friend Detective Jack Schweck. Yeah, those. Okay, a bunch. All right, so I guess we're going through them. Okay, so we're starting with incident 2216. Okay? So, November 26th, 13 days after the unalivings, I called who had called in a tip. There was no answer. Yeah? And I left a voicemail with my phone number. On the same day, she called me back and told me that what she had mentioned in her tip was what she had heard from her friend's granddaughters. Now, she heard this from her friend's granddaughters. Right? A little bit removed here. Blank did tell me that she would try to get her friend to have her granddaughter call me to confirm if this was first-hand knowledge or if the information had just been rumor. Okay, so on November 27th, the next day, around 4:38 p.m., I called to follow up regarding our previous conversation, and I left a voicemail. Later, the night of the 27th, she called me back and told me that she hadn't spoken to her friend yet. Okay. I relayed this information to Detective Schweck and advised him that only had third-party information and that this incident could be fucking closed. Wow. Yeah, there you go. That is Idaho State Police doing their job, right? Right? This is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. So we're not going to belabor that, but yeah, this is shoddy, ridiculous police work. We can close the incident because I guess I couldn't get a hold of anybody. Fucking ridiculous. Or no, I have to wait yet to talk to my friend before I can talk to you. So I guess Idaho State Police are like, no, we can close that incident, right? Exactly. Fuck off. Let's see what they do with this incident. 228/2170, another incident. So, November 26, 2022, 13 days after the homicides, I called blank, who had called in a tip regarding a man she had met on Tinder again with Tinder. I left a voicemail. Later that same day, she called me back. She told me that she had met 2 times with Sorry, guys, we did that one already. Sorry, we already did that one. Incident 2125. On November 26th, now, again, 13 days after the incident, Detective Spencer Knudsen, that's Canadian for strange brew, Idaho State Police District 5, and I went to M's location at in Moscow, Idaho. The assistant manager, blank, was present and allowed Detective Knudsen and I to drink beer in a big vat, but gave us permission to view their video footage. The view from a camera that showed White Avenue revealed no vehicles that matched the suspect vehicle. We also reviewed the video for the camera that shows Mountain View Road. All right. there were no vehicles that matched the suspect vehicle present. This incident can be closed. All right, so that was 13 days after the unalivings, almost 2 weeks. All right, and they're supposedly in Moscow, and they didn't find any camera footage on White Avenue or Mountain View Road area that matched the vehicle that they were trying to find. All right, that's 80 of 556. Let's keep going. And that was roulette. All right, what's this one? Okay, this is still the running report. Okay, more incidents. Okay, incident 2137. Again, 13 days after the event, 26th, I called the blank, blank, blank to set up a time to pick up their surveillance video. There was no answer, and I left a message. Later, the same day, Detective Knudsen and I went to the what do they call that? I forget, the great outdoors. No, I don't know. Went somewhere and located at in Moscow. A sign on the management door advised that the office is open Monday through Friday. On the 28th of November, 15 days now, Detective Knudsen and I went to and met with this person. We looked at the only camera at the front of the store. Blank advised that this camera shows the crosswalk area directly in front of the front door and advised that there weren't any other views. This information was reported to Detective Schweck, and this incident was closed. Oh my God. Here we go. Incident 2156, another incident. So, 26th of November, 13 days after the incident, I called a phone number on the tip and left a voicemail regarding setting up a time to retrieve the video surveillance. On the 28th, 2 days later, I spoke with on the phone, and he advised that he checked his video surveillance for the needed date and times, and that it didn't show any traffic on the highway past his business. I relayed this information to Detective Roberts, and this incident was closed. More incidents. Oh my God. All right, let's go. So, I called the phone number on the tip. There was no answer, and I left a voicemail. This was to confirm whether the caller had been able to upload his video footage using the link that had been provided. On November 28th, 2022, around 8:32 a.m., I spoke with advised that he was able to upload his video to the FBI link. I relayed this information to Detective Roberts, and this incident is closed. Okay, another incident. 2159. 13 days after the incident, I was able to get into contact with blank, who is over the security camera system at this location, located there in Moscow, Idaho. He advised that he will contact the store and let them know that we would be coming to look at video footage. All right, Detective Knudsen and I went to there. We were advised that they were unable to log into their program and to come back on Monday. I could pay you next Tuesday for the burger you sent me today. Oh my God. Hey, we're talking about Wimpy from fucking Popeye, right? Just come back on Monday. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? All right. Great. Come back Monday on the 28th to get the video. So we came back on the 28th, me and Knudsen and I, we went to this asshole. We met with him, the store manager, or no, I'm sorry, she, the store manager, and she allowed us to look at video surveillance. I downloaded 2 small videos of white passenger cars that were driving north. I turned the USB drive over to Detective Schweck, and this incident is closed. Alrighty. November 28th. 2, white videos of white passenger cars. Alright, incident 2200. Now, 26th of November, 13 days after the incident, I was assigned this incident by Schweck, my favorite asshole detective. He keeps giving me all this crap to do. The caller is anonymous. I called the phone number on the tip and left a message. The call was made November 26th at 2:09 p.m. Okay? On the same date, at approximately 7:02 p.m., I had missed a call from the phone number attached to this incident. Oh my God. All right, well, what the fuck? I called the phone number back on the 27th. Okay, at 11:10 a.m. and left a voicemail. On that same day, around 5:41 p.m., the anonymous tip caller returned my call. This person advised that was very close to the victims and survivors, and that she had previously been at the residence where the homicides occurred, but left prior to. This person provided me with the phone number for stepmom. This caller wanted to remain anonymous. On the 28th of November, 15 days after the incident, around 9:10 a.m., I called the number for this person and left a voicemail. At 9:20 on the same day, stepdad, this person's stepdad, called me regarding the voicemail I had left. Okay. Provided me with this phone number. So, on the 28th, around 9:34 a.m., I called During the conversation, I wrote down her date of birth, her address, and phone number. I told her that a detective from Boise would reach out to her to set up an in-person interview. She was very willing to speak and help. I provided Detective Schweck this information, and this incident is closed on my end. The information will be passed along for an in-person interview. Okay, well, who the hell is this? Because they seem to be really eager to talk, and they seem to be really eager to pass on their information. So who the hell is this? All right, well, that was that incident. Now we move on to this one, Incident 2528. Again, 13 days after the unalivings, November 26th, I was assigned this incident again by my favorite asshole detective, Schweck. Thanks, guy, for giving me all this crap. This tip is regarding a blank blank. A photo of a male with a beard was at the Grubhub in Moscow around the approximate time that the victims were also at the grub truck. The male in the photo had a large knife on his hip. Oh, brother. Wow. So, does the grub truck truly hold all the keys here? Oh my God. Because we have somebody calling in with a tip that they know of a male in the photo, or at least they think they do, has a large knife on his hip. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on the 27th, the next day, at approximately 11:40 a.m., Detective Knudsen and I conducted an interview with at his residence in Pullman, Washington. During the interview, he advised that he had interviewed for a job at on November 9th, 2022, and hadn't been back to since. Okay. He advised that he doesn't go out to bars, and when asked about the grub truck video, he advised that he didn't know what that was. Not good. That's not good at all. He advised that he does not carry a large knife on him, and proceeded to show us a small pocket knife that he had on his person. He advised that he had a few other larger collection knives. Oh my fucking God. So he's lying to you. Yeah, he carries a fucking knife. Wow. I saw 2 of the knives that he had on his person. I saw 2 of the knives, and blank advised that the other one was a fucking sword. What the... Oh my God. Oh my God. Blank is approximately blank and around blank plus pounds. He was blank advised that the other one... Wait. Oh my God. Oh my God. He was not a match for the person who was in the grub truck photos. I reported this information to Detective Schweck that blank was not a match of the male in the photo. What photo? And that he did not match the description of the suspect. This incident was closed. What the fuck? Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? We're talking about photos when there's a video of the grub truck for, I don't know, 6 hours? And they can't identify this person as being somebody in the grub truck footage? See, all they're doing here is talking about photographs of a suspect. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, he says to them, no, excuse me, I wasn't carrying around a large knife, but yet I have a large knife collection. And I have swords. Oh my God. Yeah, one was a sword. And then he's saying, no, I wasn't at the grub truck. And then they're saying there's photos. But we're talking about the video of the grub truck. The video. Oh my God, guys. This is absolutely ridiculous. Guys, again, I keep saying the same words over and over. I apologize. But holy fucking piss. This is absolutely insane. Mark Hewlett. Oh, okay, there's more of this. Oh, I'm sorry, there's more incidents here. Oh my God, how long does this shit go on for that they didn't fucking do anything with? Wow. Incident 1345. Wow. Okay, on the 13th of November, again, I was assigned this incident by my favorite detective, the asshole Schweck, who keeps giving me this crap. This tip was in reference to a few social media accounts regarding photo time stamps. Nothing else was requested. On November 27th, I reviewed the requested material and nothing of importance was noted. Okay, this information was reported to Schweck and this incident was closed. Okay, I don't know about that. Another one, incident 3164. Okay, on the 27th of November 2022, I was assigned this incident again by Schweck. This tip was in poem form. What the fuck? This tip was in poem form, and a GPS coordination was provided for a location to check out. Detective Knudsen and I went to the coordinates provided, and it was an empty, muddy field. There were no recent footprints or tire marks. I reported this information to Schweck, and this incident was closed. Okay. Now you got people writing you poems and giving you GPS coordinates to go to empty, muddy fields, but yet you did nothing. You didn't see any footprints or tire marks, so therefore, this was nothing. How do you know that the killer or killers didn't bury their shit in this blank, empty, muddy field? You have no idea because you didn't do anything with this tip or incident. As always, Idaho State Police. All right, guys, one more tip here. One more incident. Incident 0775. Okay, on the 27th of November, I was assigned this incident again by Schweck. This tip was to obtain video footage from a blank blank who owns a store blank in Moscow, Idaho. I called him and left a voicemail on the 27th at 12:45. On the 28th, the next day, I called blank and left a voicemail. Again. Later the same day at noon, I called and left another voicemail, 3 voicemails now, to this place in Moscow. It must be very important. I don't know. On this voicemail, I provided the FBI video link so that this person could upload his video. I reported this to Schweck, and this incident is closed. Okay, it's good. That's great. Wow. I don't know. Should we leave it there, guys?
Covered him with garbage. George Sanders would still have style. And if you stamped on Mickey Rooney, he would still turn round and look. Please don't tread on dearest Marilyn, 'cause she's not very tough. She should have been made of iron or steel, but she was only made of flesh and blood.
All right, guys, let's keep going. Hey, we're on 81 of 556. Another incident, 2041, the 27th of November, 2022, 14 days after the aligning. Okay, I was assigned this, all right, by Schweck. On this tip, there was information regarding video footage from in Moscow. The caller was On the same date, I contacted and they advised that the tip wasn't to obtain video footage, but to let police know that he was on his way to the airport on the day of the unalivings and was near the intersection of Taylor and Blake Avenue and didn't see anyone out and about. Blank advised that he drove through the area between 3:55 and 4 a.m. No further on this incident. I advised Detective Schweck, and this incident was closed. What the fuck? So, oh my God. So he drove through the crime scene at approximately 3:54 to 4 a.m. The same time supposedly Moscow pegs these unalivings to start happening, and this guy says, well, he's taking off, he's on his way to the airport, and I'll talk to you later. And they just closed this. Oh my God, guys. This is really bad. Well, we gotta spill the secret pretty soon here. as to why this is complete cockamamie fucking horseshit. Cockamamie fucking horseshit. This is ludicrous. Wow. All right. Incident 2813. 27th of November, 14 days after the incident. I was assigned this incident by my favorite Schweck. Yeah, phone information from one of the occupants involved in the homicide investigation showed them using their blank app on the 12th of November. On the same day, Detective Knudsen and I went to the blank located at in Moscow. Okay. Phone information from one of the occupants involved in the unaliving. Okay. We met with blank blank, who was the manager for that day. Blank said that he didn't have access to the video. Are we talking about, are we talking about Kaylee? Yes. I provided him with my business card. On the same day, Blank called me and advised that he sent me an email with a link to submit a video request to the corporate offices of that. I advised Detective Schweck of the link, and he told me to email him the link and he would forward it on to those who would need the video. I forwarded Schweck the email with the link, and this incident was then closed on my end. All right. Incident 2519. On or around November 28th, 15 days after, around 2 p.m., Idaho State Police Detective H. Powell and I conducted an interview with in his apartment located at there in Moscow. During the interview, Blank, he had a calm demeanor. Blank appears to be that and weighs around that. He advised that the day of the 12th, he was home most of the day and took his dog out a few times to use the bathroom. The night of the 12th, he was home alone with his dog, his service dog, and advised that he went to bed around 11:30 p.m. He advised that he doesn't go out to the bars often unless he is invited by his friends. Blank advised that on Sunday morning the 13th, he woke up around 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. He advised that a shelter-in-place came into effect around 1 p.m. He advised that he walked his dog down the road past the victim's home, which is where his dog uses the bathroom. Well, that's nice. Great. Do you clean up, I hope? You prick. Yeah. He advised that he walked past the homicide house and didn't notice anything off about the home, and he believed that the door was closed. Okay. Blank advised that later on the 13th, between 4 and 6, he left to go to do laundry. Okay. And I guess he didn't notice. Hey, listen. I guess he didn't notice anything going on between these two times, right? Between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., I guess he didn't notice all the cops that were there, okay? But he went to do laundry, so that's good. Yeah, he advised that his first contact with law enforcement was around an hour after the shelter-in-place went into effect, so that would be 2 p.m. He advised that after doing laundry, he stayed home for the rest of the evening. Okay. He advised, oh my God, he advised that he is a blank at the University of Idaho. He advised that he is a blank at the University of Idaho. He advised that he knew that people on social media and on the internet were accusing him of the crime. Okay. Now this blank here, he is a blank. That could be sophomore, junior, senior. That could be that. Just saying. All right, but he knew that social media and the internet were accusing him of this. He advised that he would be willing to provide a DNA sample to clear his name. He also advised that he didn't know any of the victims. Okay, he didn't know any of them. Okay, December 5th, 2022 rolls around. Then I downloaded the recording and copied it onto a CD. The CD will be mailed with the report packet to Moscow. On or about November 28th, 16 days now after the incident, Detective Schweck forwarded an email tip to Detective Edgley regarding employees who were potentially working the night of the 12th. Detective Edgley forwarded the email to me for completion. On the same day, I was in contact with the following: blank, and A lot of here. Instead of speaking with I spoke with this person instead. Oh, my Lord. All right. Blank, who advised that is his fiancée, and he does under her account name. All parties involved advised that they do not have a dash camera on their vehicles. Well, that's nice. All further advised that none were in the area at or around the time of the incident. Further, all advised that they had not observed anything suspicious that stood out to them. Well, how could you if you're not in the area? This information was relayed to Schweck, and this incident was closed on my end. I didn't receive the tip numbers for this. Oh, brother. Wow. Well, let's finish it out. Incident 4465. On or about November 30th, 2022, now 17 days after, around 10:05 a.m., I spoke with a to inquire if any of that had dash cameras. Blank told me that there weren't any dash cameras on the vehicles. He further advised that due to short staffing, the area where the unalivings took place and the neighborhood around that area hadn't had a blank for around 3 months. Then this information was passed on to Detective Roberts, and this incident was closed. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking here. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking, right? This is either a garage, or I'm thinking this is a car shop, right? That's what I'm thinking about this, and that they had short staffing, and the area where the homicides took place around that area hadn't had, I guess, surveillance cameras or whatever. I don't know. For around 3 months. Okay. That's how I'm reading that. I could be totally off there, but that's how I'm reading that fucking nonsense. All right, so we come to the last page of this particular set. All right, and we're at 83 of 556 here. This is page 4 of 4 of this particular set, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe this is something totally different. Okay, we're listing the victims: Xana, Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan. All right. Jess Stennett. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. We're on to a whole nother shenanigan here. Okay, so this is another interview. And this is with a white female who is 20 years of age. Okay, that's the next interview coming up. Meridian, Idaho. Relationship, acquaintance. City Spirit Lake, Idaho. Acquaintance. Okay, we got a few different things going on here. We have acquaintance, female, and then we have boyfriend. Dalton Garden, Idaho. Male. Lewiston. White male. Father, relationship. Another one here, friend, relationship. Another white male. Eagle, Idaho. An unknown female, friend. What the fuck is going on with this? Okay, witness. Oh my God. Witness 2, witness 3, witness 4. Well, these are all the witnesses. Okay, witness 5, unknown female. Witness 6, unknown female. Witness 7, unknown female. What the fuck? Witness 8, white female, 20, Lewiston. Witness 9, unknown female. Witness 10, white male, 20, Eagle, Idaho. Oh my Lord, how many witnesses are we talking about here? Oh Lord. Okay, so here's the narrative on this. Guys, we're going to leave it right there. We're leaving it right here because this is going to get into some shit, I feel. And we are at 86 of 556. That's where we are in the pages. Guys, we're leaving it right there. This is going to get into some stuff. Big time, I feel. All right, I love you all. I hope you're having a pleasant day. Hey, I hope you have pleasant dreamscapes tonight, my loves, my garden. Beautiful garden. The best garden in the world, by the way, of course. Yes, you are. Beautiful dreamscapes tonight. We're going to pick this up tomorrow morning, guys. Wow. Lots of stuff going on here. I mean, we got incident reports, tips that are like half-assed again and again. We see nonsense, ridiculousness here in this investigation. You guys, you can't even call it that. All right, I love you all, babies. Pleasant dreams. And we get back to this tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye, my lovelies, my lilies, lads, dudes, sugars. Sugar lily, mountain laurels. Sugar mamas, hot mamas, and maybe some cold mamas. All right, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Dare you criticize me? Melanie Wilkes told the doctor that if it's for the benefit of the cause, it's quite all right. She, dear, where are my smelling salts? I think I shall faint. Don't you dare think, Pat Hamilton. If Melanie says it's all right, it is all right.
You've $150 in gold.
For what lady, sir?
For Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
For whom, sir?
Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
Mrs. Hamilton is in mourning, Captain Butler. But I'm sure any of me.
I said Mrs. Charles Hamilton.
She will not consider it, sir.
Oh, yes, I will. My goodness.